Hello and welcome back to the fourth part of my playthrough of the Age of the Ring campaign 4.0. I think the last level we did was Weathertop, and we're straight back into it again, this time with Orthanc and the Treason of Isengard. This level is one of those levels where there's an awful lot of cinematics. Not an awful lot of gameplay, but it does. I think it's good enough. I think it works out. It's just a nice addition, really. We didn't have to put it in there, you know. It's certainly not crucial to the story to see this or play it, but it was a lovely addition. I'm glad we did it. Originally, it was one of the vignettes in the Council of Elrond, but to get these little movie clips to play, you have to do it at the end and the beginning of the mission. You can't do it part way through, so we had to scrap it. We had to move it onto its own slot. But in doing so, it means we get Osgiliath in the next level. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done that at all. It was I guess it was a sort of last month replacement, if you will. But I'm glad we got to do both. Really, it's nice to have extra content in there. I like these clips. I like the way they've been edited. You know. I don't know if this one's had much done to it. I'm sure it has, the movement and what have you. But we go from this straight into it, which I really like.
I was delayed.
It's perfect, isn't it? I love the way that happens. And we go back to... Yes, there it is.
Smoke rises.
Matthias is one-off Gandalf on his horse.
The hour grows late.
I love that thing. I like that we did
and
it.
Gandalf the Grey rides to
Originally
Isengard,
he walked in. It did not look right at all in any way.
For that is why you have come, is it not?
Yeah, we have it.
My old friend.
The only characters we'll see... Oh no, that's not true, but pretty much the only characters we'll see throughout this whole level.
You are sure of this?
He certainly has a nice garden, doesn't he? I don't know who his gardener was. Wormtongue. Wormtongue's in the back with a pair of shears. He's just taking care of the landy eye.
Yet you did not have the wit to see it.
Anybody who's played this will know that this goes on for a long time. I sort of did it, made it, presented it to the team with the expectation of having to cut maybe got a third of it at least, but somehow I seemed to win them over, and no one really kicked up a fuss. You know, they just accepted it, which was brilliant for me, because otherwise, you know, it would have probably started here, I imagine, or gone from the garden straight through to the Palantir. But I like it. I like having these little bits in the film. They don't bother me. It's only 3 minutes, you know, which isn't long. It feels long when you're watching it, but it is only 3 or so minutes long in total. Interesting thing about these props, they're old props from the Dwarf Holds mod back in, well, the books specifically from 2012, and they hold up really well. You know, the level of detail in them is so good you can zoom in to this level and it doesn't look terrible. All the props around the room itself are all down to Matt the Lego man. He spent probably a fair old time making them all up for me, and they're just perfect.
I have seen it.
They sell the whole aesthetic.
A Palantir is a dangerous tool, Saruman.
It's just great because we can get the camera in and move it around, whereas normally, you know,
Why should we fear?
Battlesmith does not like a horizontal camera, you know. You have to render in so much stuff in the background, but by having these walls, we can leave the world completely empty, you know. So when we do these sort of movements, the game, you can just do them in-game rather than being pre-rendered or anything like that.
Sauron's forces are already
It's just brilliant. Saruman's cape, it's always sort of wobbling and waving around in all sorts of ways.
They crossed the river Isen on Midsummer.
And of course we have Gandalf with his hat, which just looks brilliant. And I should point out a custom staff just for this one level, because of course he loses his staff at this point in the film. I don't know whatever happens to that, whether Saruman just has it on the wall mounted somewhere, but yeah, if you do look at it, it is different for the rest of the campaign. He doesn't have that staff again. It's just crazy. It's a mad level of detail, but it really sells it. This is that part where all the audio sort of changes quality. It goes from the stuff we got from the Lego games, which is, you know, perfectly clean and isolated, and then the stuff we isolate ourselves, which is a mixed bag. Sometimes I can do it quite well, and sometimes I don't seem to do very well at it. And
Wise, my friend.
yeah, you know, it's all right. Here we go. I should pay attention, really, because you can lose very easily here. He's going to cheat and blast me immediately with his blast.
So you have
As I said. Now you can get stuck sometimes in this map, just on the odd prop, and it's advisable to just move Gandalf away. He will move, you know, if it says this little no sign, you can walk off. Get him, Gandalf! Good not to use your powers here. You can be tempted to just use them all on him immediately, but it's better actually to use them on these. Ooh. Not a place you want to be, Gandalf, right now. Walk away, Gandhi. It's better to use them on these wildmen, because they're actually a bigger threat in some ways. Boom. They didn't achieve much. Get them back.
The time of unmaking is at hand.
All this dialogue, a lot of it's from Return of the King, some from the film, you know. Yeah, these grunts, I put those in there.
Prolong your end.
I hate that final hit he gets off, you know, he gets you one smack before he retreats.
You have no place in this world.
Now you want to try and, yeah, save all these powers from these wild ones. They're real gits. They'll kill you incredibly
Fire
quickly.
will not avail you.
Right, get him.
I must get to safety.
No, Gandalf, you don't have time to get... Oof. Originally, he was supposed to blast the lights you see around the room. We were going to have those explode, so rather than him attacking you specifically, he'd hit the surrounding areas. And I had scripted a system where he would track where you were and shoot the one closest to you. But we couldn't really... It was a lot of effort to come up with a custom prop that we could do to explode. It just felt like a bit extra work when it's easy just to get him to shoot you in the face with a fireball. You know, it has the same effect. So you don't lose anything because of it. Right, get him, Gandhi. One thing I should note is if you are struggling this level, do go into the library. You can just sit in there, and often they'll leave you alone. So if you want to heal up or whatever, just sit in there. I could remove it. I was going to remove it, but I thought it's not a bad feature. It's helpful for those who are struggling. See, we're basically one now. He's got so little health, and we've got a bit more, just enough to finish him off. There we are. Job done. Not too bad when you know what you're doing.
I gave you the chance of aiding.
Look at him, he's passed out on the ground. I like this. It is a bit silly, but it's kind of funny. Whee! Sometimes he does go a bit more vertical. Sometimes not. It seems a bit random. There we have it. Not a long level, but it's a level nonetheless. And it's fun. I like that. I love the scene. It's been lovely to try and recreate it. You know, mix it up with the wild men coming in, what have you. Here he is, Captain Forehead. He's all ready. Again, more clips cut together by, I believe, Cal and Matthias and Kyle to some degree. They all had input on how these were going to go and what have you, and they turned out really well. And we cut to a night scene of Rivendell, and that sort of leads us into our next mission, which I'll do in the next part. This is probably a sillily short part, but the next one's so long I don't want to try and make one video on it because it would just go on for bloody ever. So I'll see you in the next part. Thanks for watching.